finding balance. And for parents, the balance isn't just about your time and schedule. As soon as you throw kids into the mix, it can be hard to balance time and attention within your own family.
Like, it's not fair. They got to stay out later than I did. How come I don't have to stay, or how come I have to come home early?
Sometimes I felt my dad was a little bit more lenient towards my little brothers.
But there are a lot of kids to divide attention between, you know, and it's, for me, it's grandchildren as well as kids.
When your kids thought you weren't being fair, what did they say?
That's not fair. You let her do it. I told them, fair goes according to the kid.
Good attitude right there, and that fair word pops up a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
We are calling it the sibling shuffle, and Julie Hanks is a licensed clinical social worker and owner of Wasatch Family Therapy. I got to tell you, this is something that pops up in conversations with my girlfriends all the time. They feel so stretched and strapped trying to invest that one-on-one time with each child. Is this something most parents struggle with?
It is, and kids struggle with it too. You know, it's like kids want their own time, parents want to be good parents and make sure that their kids are taken care of, but reality is when you add a child, you're now having to divide among more people, and it is really, really tricky.
I mean, it's simple math. It's division right there. You've only got so many hours in a day and so many kids to attend to. The word fair, let's tackle that. Is that a fair word to use? I mean, does that apply?
So I think the best way to approach that complaint is that really no child is ever born into an identical family. There is no such thing as fair, because I'm the second of 9 kids.
Wow.
So my older sister, she got 16 months to herself. I never got 16 months to myself. I always had a sibling. So, you know, parents are always at a different point. Kids, when you add sibling, it's just a totally different family for every single child, even in the same family.
So if you're not focusing on the fairness then, if we rule that out, that's not an attainable goal, what do you focus on when it comes to time divide?
You want to focus on meeting individual needs. Meeting individual needs. And a great analogy that a friend of mine, I posted some feedback on Facebook, like, hey, what are complaints that your kids have? And a friend, Corey Connors, said, I tell my kids they're soup. And I have to taste it, and then I have to adjust. Some need a little more garlic, some need salt and pepper, some need this.
I like that.
Fine cuisine doesn't follow one recipe. And I think that was really a great way to say it. That every kid is different, and you have to taste and adjust as needed. And it's not going to be fair, and it never will be. And that's a great life lesson.
Well, you pointed out the uniqueness of each family situation, whether it's 9 kids, 4 kids, 1 kid. Each child in and of themselves is going to probably ask for and beg for unique attention.
Yes. Yeah, and it's really important to celebrate each child's unique qualities. And every kid is different. They come with a different temperament. They'll have different strengths. And I know it's particularly challenging for parents when you really click with one child over the others.
That does happen.
Well, of course it happens, because parent-child relationships are just like any other relationship. You click with some people, you don't with others. But you learn more probably from the ones you don't click with.
Should you feel guilty if you're making that connection with, no?
I don't think you need to feel guilty. I think you need to be aware of it, and you need to make sure that you're celebrating all of your children's interests and strengths and what makes them unique to your family.
And as we're talking about those unique strengths and abilities, you believe strongly that it's important not to label your child, that parents shouldn't corner them into a certain category or brand.
And it's so easy to do that. Oh, well, she's the smart one, she's the pretty one, he's the athletic one, you know, the baby of the family. I think it's natural to do that, but what parents sometimes don't realize is it's very limiting to the child, especially if those labels stick and are rigid and stay for a long time. It can then kids have to prove, no, I'm not just beauty, I have a brain too, or I'm not just, you know, we don't want to just focus on one part of them, but with that label, because I want my kids to be able to express themselves and try on different roles even within the family.
Look, is it the well-rounded child that you're hopefully working toward raising? When it comes to individual needs, you mentioned each child is different. I think most parents could agree with that and nod their head to that emphatically.
Amen.
How do you know, how as a parent do you discern those needs? How do you know maybe if they need a little bit more of this one month to the next month?
It's really important to listen to the child's underlying needs, and couched in each complaint is information about their feelings and what they're wanting.
What do you mean by underlying emotions?
Well, they'll say, that's not fair, you like him more than me. And our job as parents is to translate that into, oh, he's feeling left out, or he's wondering if I love him, or, oh, maybe she needs more time with me. So instead of hearing just the complaint and getting defensive, which is we do all the time as parents,
it's easy to do.
To think, what is that child really trying to tell me? They're scared that I don't love them as much since the baby was born. What do they need? They probably need reassurance. So to kind of decode those complaints to find the underlying need and emotion.
Decode the complaints. How do you diffuse the competition that I think naturally pops up among siblings? I mean, right? It's the Brady Bunch syndrome. Jan, Marcia, it's always there.
Right. The competition is there, and I think parents so often fall into the trap of using that competition to benefit the parent, like let's create a race so the kids will kind of do what I want them to do. But I think we need to consciously create situations where there's cooperation building, because the competition is going to be there. If you have a sibling, you have to, there's some competition for parents, time and attention. But I think really encouraging support and cooperation. Hey, let's help each other all clean up. Then we can do this together, instead of going, well, you know, why can't you be more like him? Or if you get better grades than so-and-so, then you'll get a, you know, we don't want to pit kids against each other.
So emphasizing that cooperation. Really great tips.
They can help each other.
Thank you so much. Good perspective. As always, Julie, a licensed clinical social worker with Wasatch Family Therapy. You can contact her through her website. We'll link you there through ours, and we will be right back.